about the gingiva morphology, and the second part is about the Biomic gum kit, and the third part, last part, is how to use them, how to apply them on the gingiva area. Now we will move to the first part. So from this picture, we can have a look first to see there are some upper jaw and some lower jaw, and we can see some difference between the shade of the upper jaw gum and the lower jaw gum. So the color of the normal gingiva varies from light pink to blue purple, or we can say it's kind of dark purple. It also the depth of the color depends on the formation of like pigments in the gingiva area, and also the thickness of the upper skin, and also it depends on the blood vessels, distribution of the gingiva blood vessels. And we can see the upper jaw gingiva's color is have a higher lightness, and the ratio of red value between the lower jaw and the female gums is higher. After we see this character of the gingiva shade, we can see how many parts of the gingiva we have. From the picture, we can easily find that we have the free or marginal gingiva and the marginal groove and attached gingiva, and also the alveolar mucosa. So from the right side, we can see this picture. First, we separate them into 4 different parts. The first part is the alveolar mucosa, and the second part is the attached gingiva, and the third part is the free gingiva, and the last part is the gingiva pila. So after we divide the gingiva into these 4 parts, it will be easy for us to find the difference between these 4 parts, and it will be easy for us to see the different colors and on the different area. So we will start from the alveolar mucosa. In this picture, we can see on this part, the color appears like deep red, or we can say it's kind of dark purple or blue purple. And we can see there are some dividing lines. And because in this area it have a rich blood supply and this coating of the very thin skin surface, so it looks like very glossy. And also we can see there are many blood vessels, and we can find there's something same and something different between them. So in this picture, we can find that some of the vessels are like the squares, and they gathered together, and some of them like the trees, they have a mean body, and they have some small ones, and the third one is the mixing type between the 2 different types. So we can have a small summary here. Of the alveolar mucosa, the first one, because it has a rich blood supply, so the color appears dark red and dark purple, and it has a glossy surface, and we have 3 types of the blood vessels distribution. So this is the characteristics of the alveolar mucosa. And the second part, we can see the attached gingiva. And I think this is the most important part for the gingiva area. After we see these pictures, we will see why it's important. And now on the picture, we can see this is the attached gingiva, and the surface is covered with a thick upper skin, which is particularly suitable for the impact of chewing or brushing. So the height of the gingiva gum is variable, and It is related to the position of the tooth and the dental arch and the attachment point of the mucosa on the jaw. Regarding most of the gingival area restoration, according to the scope of the restoration, most of the area will extend to the attached gingiva area, and the mucosa area will be lice. So as for me, I think the attached gingiva is the key area where we're doing the staining for the restorations. And from this picture, we can see normally the attached gingiva shows pink shade. It looks like pink. And as we know, the attached gum is the area that has more contact with the alveolar bone. So the attached gum is concentrated area which the effect is reflected, such as the bone counter area and the intensive area. We can see from these pictures, it's very easily for us to see the bone counter area. And also between the bone counter area, we can see some intensive area. But as we know, different people have different colors. Like the left side, these two pictures, the bone counter area shows a light coffee color. That's because the smoking habit, it appears like the coffee shade. And the people who doesn't smoking will appear light pink or pink shade. This is the bone counter area. And also we have the intensive area between the bone counter. And in the intensal part of the alveolar bone protrusion, there is an enhanced color area, and also I call it the intensive area with a dark color effect. And also we can use some dark red or purple red to make this color looks more easily. So this is the intensive area. And here we have also a summary of the attached gingiva. As the most important part of the gingiva area, it's normally shows the pink color, and it has the bone counter area and the intensive area, and also the stipple surface, what we call stipple surface, is also on the attached gingiva. The next part, we will have a look of the free gingiva and the gingiva pala. So here we can find under the red lines, we can see the different age of the gums. Normally we call the free gingiva normally we can find that the free gingiva is the age of the gingiva area. So it also depends on the condition of the patients. If the condition of the patients is not good, maybe there is no free gingiva, and we can find most of this picture doesn't have the free gingiva. And in this picture, we can also find that the free gingiva normally shows a light pink shade, and also it looks a little bit translucent. So while we're making the free gingiva area, there is also a small summary. The first one is normally it looks like light pink with a little bit translucent. And also it is not attached to the tooth surface. And also we can find the gingiva pala has the same color or the same characteristic with the free gingiva area. So after we analyze the different part of the gingiva, we can first separate them into 3 different parts while we're doing the staining. The first part is the mucosa area. And the second part is the main color area, which we call the attached gingiva. And the last part is the free gingiva area. And on the main color area, we can find more surface characteristics like the bone contour area and the intensive area. And also on the mucosa area, we have a rich blood supply, and also on the attached gingiva part, we have the stable surface. So this is all we can find on the gingiva part from nature humans gingiva. So also our Biomic, the ideas of the Biomic gum kit is also from this different part. So next we will see what we have in this Biomic. Now on the picture is the content of the Biomic gum kit. So first, after we got this kit, we can find it provides 6 cans of pink color, which can be used together to do the different part of the gums. And also we have 2 bottom of the 3D N and the 3D V, and the 2 bottom of the liquid 1 and the liquid 2, and also a shade guide and a 3D brush. So as a low temperature paste, Biomic gum can be used as the external staining and the micro layering on metal ceramic framework, glass ceramic framework, and also zirconia framework. The temperature we can find here is same with the Biomic aesthetic kit. The maximum temperature is 730, and holding time is between 30 seconds to 1 minute. Because while we're applying this Biomic gum kit, most of them in this kit, they are 3D paste. So there will be some more ceramic powders inside. So as for me, if the holding time is too long, maybe after sinking, the final result will be looks like over baking. So the holding time I recommend is between 30 seconds to 1 minute. And also most of the restorations with the gingiva area, they will be implants or implants long bridges. So the heating rate or the cooling rate must be slow. It's very important. Most of the cracks of the long bridges are caused by fast heating rate or fast cooling rate or the high cooling temperature. So as for me, it will be safe for us to use a short holding time and a slow cooling rate and heating rate and a lower cooling temperature. And some customers will ask us about the why if we can use the Biomic stain kit as an internal staining as the on the cookings, and after that we are doing some build-ups with ceramics on the surface. As we see, the temperature is of Biomic gum kit is between 720 to 730. So there are some low temperature ceramic powders like the IPS Emax ceramic or the GC lithium ceramic or the Serration lithium ceramic. This kind of low temperature ceramic powders, we can work them with the Biomic kit together. But some high temperature ceramic powders like Noritaki, CZR, or the Vita VM9, this kind of ceramic powders, we doesn't recommend them to use the Biomic gum kit together, because if the temperature we baking the too high, the shade will be light and also it will looks more greenish after baking. So now this is a explanation of these six different pink So the first one we can find here is pink one. Pink one is like the creamy white pink, a little bit white pink. It's suitable for the free gingiva area and also the bone contour highlight area. And pink 2 is natural pink. It's suitable for the main color area and it also can be freely mixed with the pink R or pink 5 to adjust the chroma of the color. And the pink 3 looks like pink purple. This color is more suitable for the mucosa area. And pink 4 is dark red. This one is for enhancing the contrast on the understanding of the gingiva area. I will apply it on the intensive area on the gingiva part. And pink 5 is the blood vessels red. It's suitable for the mucosa area for the blood vessels colors. And also why we have this pink 5 is a very special color. As we know, the color of the blood vessel, looks a little bit dark, and also it looks very high chroma. So if we cannot get a very good mixing at the start, the blood vessel color will be looks like dark coffee color or dark brown color or very light red. So it takes us a long time to have this pink 5. And the last one, pink R, this is suitable for white zirconia stains to cover and modify and mixing with other pink paints to adjust the color density. So this is the difference between these 6 pink shades. And also the 3D-N and the 3D-V. This 3D-N is transparent paste. This one actually I use it to make the layering effect on the surface. Just like we can use it to reduce the density and also improve the transparency effect on the surface. And the 3D-V, this one is a little bit white transparent paste. This one actually I use it for the highlight area like the gingiva pala or the bone contour area. And all these paste we have in this kit, most of them, just like I said, they are 3D paste. So on the left side, we can find from pink 1 to pink 4 and the 3D-N and the 3D-V, they are all 3D paste. And only the pink 5, the color for the blood vessels, and pink R, they are 2D paste. And the last is this 2 liquid 1 and the liquid 2. I think you already know the difference between them. Actually, liquid 1 is the glazing diluent liquid. This one we use it for 2D paste normally, and the liquid 2 is for the 3D paste because it contains the liquid glass, so it will be keep the density of the color. So as I use the Biomic gum kit, I will use only the liquid 2. So now I will share how to apply these colors on the gingiva area. So we will go back to this picture. This is very important picture because here comes from the concept of how to use them. So first we have the mucosa area, main color area, free gingiva area, and also the intensive area and the surface textures. So here on the picture, you can see the colors we are applying. Pink 3 for the mucosa area, pink 2 for the main color area, pink 1 for the free gingiva area. After applying this shade, we will make the intensive area. Use pink 1 to applying the bone contour area and pink 4 for the intensive area. Last, we can use the 3D N to create the stable surface. And for the blood vessels, we can use pink 5. So actually, it's not that easy for us to see how to create a different chroma, different value of these colors. So as this picture, 3D paste and 2D paste, we can mix them freely to get the shade you want. The more percentage of the pink R and pink 5 you're mixing with the light pink, like pink 1 or pink 2, the more chroma you can get, more dark you can get. So you can see on the pictures, and also here is a picture of the mixing of the paste. The more percentage after mixing, the more chroma we can get on the shade. Here, this picture shows the way I will use them. So it is only the way I recommend. It's not the standard way. So you can have a look, and if there's something is useful for you. Actually, the pink one is normally for the free gingiva or some highlight area. I prefer to mixing them with 3D-N and 3D-V. And the pink 2 is mainly for the attached gingiva area. But as I said, different people have different gingiva shade. Some people they may be light pink, like pink 2. But some people they may have some dark attached to the gingiva. So this time I prefer to mixing the pink R with pink 2. And also if I want to make the attached gingiva looks more light, I will mixing them with the 3D-V. Because as we know, the 3D-N is totally transparent. So if we're mixing with all these colors on the left side, after baking, it will look a little bit green because 3D-N is totally transparent. So if I want to make the color look lighter, I will mixing with the 3D-V. And for the pink 3, this is mainly for the mucosa area. So I prefer to make it looks more dark or looks more purple pink. So I like to mix the pink R or pink 5 with pink 3. And pink 4 also is for some intensive area, and I will prefer to mix pink R and pink 5. So why I want to use it in this way? Because on the right side, we can find that pink R and pink 5, after mixing, they can make other shade looks darker. So pink R is for adjust the chroma of the color, and the pink 5 is mainly for the blood vessels or for some dark pinks or dark reddish. And the 3D-V and the 3D-N is mainly to make the color looks lighter. So 3D-V, I prefer to use this on the highlight area, like the gingiva, free gingiva or gingiva pila, or the highlight bone contour. And the 3D-N, I prefer to making the layering effect or the stable surface. So now on this picture is the way of how we apply them. We can start from the picture. So the layer 1, we want to making some basic color. So first, steam clean the surface and coat a thin layer of liquid 2 on the surface. And now we can start from the mucosa area. So, or the attached gingiva area, the main color area. So first is to apply the pink 2 to to pink 2, and then use pink 3 to coat the mucosa area. And the last is to use pink 1, or we can mix in pink 1 with 3DN to coat on the free gingiva area. And next is also the layer 1. Is the different surface textures on the attached gingiva area. So after applying these 3 different layers, I will use pink 1 to create the bone contour area, and then to use pink 4 coat the intensive area. And this is the first time we finish the first layer. We can baking it in the furnace. And next time after baking, we can find that it's very important for us to ensure that material have enough drying time, because some of the customers, after using the Biomic gum, they ask me, Zoya, do you have some problems like this? After baking, the color looks very gray, or there are some dark spots or some bubbles on the surface. Just as I explained as we start, most of the Biomic gum kit, they are 3D paste, and we are using the number 2 liquid. So it will not that easy for the material to drying the liquid out of the restoration surface. So we must make sure that we have enough drying time. And actually, I recommend the drying time is between 12 minutes to 15 minutes, 1.2 to 1.5. To after drying it totally, it will looks like pink shade. The dark spot or the bubbles will disappear. And at the right side, we can see this is the first time after baking. And after the first time baking, we will create the second layer, the stable surface and the layered effect on the attached gingiva part. So this is the layer 2. We are mainly to use the 3DN to create the stable surface. It's very easy for us. First, we cover the attached gingiva area with a layer of 3DN, and then drying the 3DN with a tissue. And after that, we can create the stable effect with a hard brush. And then just drying it and baking in the furnace, and we can finish the staining. So this is the simulation layering method of applying the Biomic gum kit or applying the gum shade. It's all of the color we will use in the simulation way. But sometimes customer will ask, what if we want to make it fast? So we have a fast way to doing the things, but it also takes time because there are some surface textures like the stable surface or the layered effect. We have to do it in 2 times. So this is the fastest stain method. First, we're cleaning the surface with the steam and coating the restoration with a layer of liquid 2. And then we are using pink R to cover the gum area, because some customer, they will ask if the Biomic gum kit can cover the white restorations. So if they think it's not pink enough, we can use pink R to do the basic color first, and then we can use pink 5, the blood vessels color, to coat the main color area for the comparison. And then we can bake it first in the furnace. And after that, we can create the layering effect with a thin layer of 3DN or you think it's not pink enough, you can mix in the 3D N with pink 2 together and to create on the surface, and then drying it with a tissue and create the stable surface with a hard brush, and then baking it into furnace directly. And we can get also a very good effect of the gingiva shade. So it's fast and easy. We only use 3 or 4 colors. So next, I will share a video about how to apply these colors. Okay, so this video is about 6 minutes, and start from the polishing. So first I use the fine polishing brush to smooth the surface to remove the connecting rods. And here I'm just trim the embouchure. Now it's a rough polishing. This is another rough polishing, but the difference between this gray one and the blue one is the blue one can remove the restorations, but this gray one just only polishing. And I clean the surface with steam and start to applying the things. And just I use the number 2 liquid. This is pink 1, pink 2, pink 3, pink 4, and the pink 5. This is color for the blood vessels. You can see it's dark enough and it also have enough chroma. This is pink R. So first, I will cover the surface with a thin layer of liquid 2. This is pink 3. I start from the also like the cervical area to the incisal area as my habit. And also in here, I start from the mucosa area to the free gingiva area. And this pink 1 to pink 4, they are all 3D paste. So I'm using the 3D brush because the 2D brush is not strong enough to hold the paste. And here is for create a natural gradient. 哎，怎么直接到烧碟了呢？啊，这不对呀，这视频不对。这视频不对，顺序不对。没事，可以再找一下。I'm sorry, there's something wrong with the video, but I can find, I can find them. My video shallow. 是。
长的读书。
咋的？
这玩意儿快放是吧？
这还转不过来呢，还得转。稍微暂停。事故。
你就说自己点。
这个作者叫约翰。
So this one will be easy for us to see. After applying the mucosa area, now I'm applying this attach the gingiva area. And this is pink too. And after applying pink 2, you can see there is a line between mucosa area and the mean color area. So I use this brush to make the gradient more naturally. And this is pink 1, this light pink for the free gingiva area. Normally, I will use it directly, but if you want to create more transparent free gingiva, you can mix in the pink 1 with 3D N together. now I will use the 2D brush, a small brush, to trim the free gingiva area. Because here we can see there is a marginal groove, so we need to use a small brush to trim the shape of free gingiva. And mixing them to have a natural gradient from the mucosa area to the free gingiva area. So this is the effect after applying this pink 3 on the mucosa area, pink 2 on the attached gingiva area, and the pink 1 on the free gingiva area. This is the 3DV. At first, I want to mixing the pink 1 with a 3DV, but after I seeing this sample, because the gingiva area is too small, so I decide to use only pink 1 for the bone contour area. Now I'm creating the bone contour area. And this is the pink 4 for the intensive area. And now it's creating the blood vessels effect with the pink 5. But for me, I think the most important part for the staining of the gingiva is attached gingiva, because it depends on the scope of the restoration. And most of the case, I think they will just expand to the attached gingiva. There will be very small amount of the case will have the alveolar mucosa area. But for me, I also think painting the blood vessels is funny and relaxing things. So as for now, we finished the first layer of the gingiva. We can bake it in the furnace. This is the sinting program I'm using. And you can find here the drying time I use 12 minutes. And the heating rate is 55. But if you have a long bridge, I recommend to make the heating rate between 30 to 45, not more than 55. And the maximum temperature is 720, and holding time is 1 minute. And also I'm using the vacuum here because most of the paste, they are 3D paste. So I think with vacuum, we will have a better effect. So this is the program I'm using for the first time baking. And also for the second time baking, I'm also using this one. But if you want to make the surface looks more glossy or more shining, we can make the maximum temperature to 730. And holding time still 1 minute. After one time baking is the second layer for creating the surface stable surface and the layering effect. This time will be very easy because only 2 colors are needed. The first one is the 3DN, and another one I'm applying here is 3DV for creating the highlight effect. So first layer, I'm using the liquid 2. And because I think the mucosa area is a little bit light, so I apply more pink 3 again. So now on my palette, the white one is 3DV, and this one I'm mixing. This one is 3DN. apply a thin layer of 3DN on the mucosa, on the attached gingiva area. Shake a little bit, and then we can use a hard brush to create the stable surface. Just dry the liquid with a tissue. And then we can create the stable surface on the 3DN. So actually, I recommend to use a hard brush because this brush I'm using is not hard enough. So later you can see the stable surface on this one is not that clear. And now it's using the 3D V to create some highlight area at the bone contour area and the gingiva palate. And also you can enhance the vessels effect this time again. This is the final effect, and we can bake in the furnace with the same sinting program. And that is all the explanation about the Biomic gum kit. And if you have any question about today's webinar, you can feel free to leave message on the chatting area, or if there's something I didn't explain very clearly, you can just ask me freely because it's quite, for me, it's a long time I didn't use English. So it's a little bit hard for me to speak English again. Sorry. And here I found here is a question, how to set the added porcelain furnace for gum ceramic firing. I just have the syncing program on the video, and you can set the same program on the added porcelain furnace directly. And I show you the program again. This is the syncing program I'm using. First, the start temperature is 450 or 400 degree. It's okay. And the important thing here is the important thing here is the drying time. The drying time is better to make them between 12 minutes to 15 minutes. And after that is the heating rate. Because the bridge I'm using today is a very small bridge, so I make the heating rate as 55 degree per minute. But if I have a long bridge, if I have a long implant bridge, I recommend the heating rate is between 30 to 45 degree, not more than 50. Because long bridge is very important for long bridge to use a slow heating rate and a slow cooling rate. And the next one is the maximum temperature. The maximum temperature is 720, or you can use it to 730 because I want to bake it in the furnace for 2 times. So the first time I'm using the 720 and the holding time is 1 minute. And this time I use vacuum, start from 45, finish at 720. And the final temperature is 300 degree. The cooling rate is 40 degree per minute. So this is the syncing program. And also here, this one is the syncing program. So now you can see this is the syncing program. If you need, you can take a screenshot or take a picture. This is the baking start temperature, drying time, heating rate, and for the vacuum and the maximum temperature. And also for the cooling time. If we are doing the staining on a long bridge, it's very important to have the long time cooling, the slow cooling. Okay, so 把我放成焦点视频，给他们看一下这个牙的效果。And now you can see this is the bridge, the sample I just making today. Okay. This is after 2 times sinking, and I doing a rough polishing on the surface. I think the light is not good enough. Okay. 放你们展示一下你的摄像头，或者把你设成焦点展示一下，把你自己设成焦点。 OK。没有那个问了。So you can see this is the bridge I just showed in the video, and later we will send the picture on the Facebook or the Instagram. If you need, you can see and to see the picture on Facebook of Aidite. And that is all about today's webinar. And if I have any questions, you can also leave your message to our account manager or leave message to me directly, and I will answer you. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for Zoya. In these 2 days, we have 2 courses from Mr. Khan and Mr. Santiago. What's more, you can follow our Facebook at AIGITE. We will post some activities and cases on it. Thank you. Bye. Bigger. On table.
Thoughts they spin me around. Now my thoughts they let me down. Now my thoughts they spin me around. Now my thoughts they let me down. How my dreams they spin me around. How my dreams